Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadash, double honors unto the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well in sincerity and charity, peace and salutation unto the Lord's elect. Brother Yahweh Saprak, coming at you with the lesson in his spirit, and Lord willing, it may be comforting and edifying towards the Lord's hopeful elect. It's the book of 1 Peter 2 and 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Right? So we're chosen, man. We're chosen from the Lord. The Lord's predestined elect, peculiar, are set apart, and they're special in the Lord's eyes. Very special in the Lord's eyes. So we gotta go through this life. We have a lot of people that speak shit against us, make us feel like they're inferior. We've all went through something, man. We've got it at heart, man, but you got to understand that the Lord loves you more than anybody. Loves you more than anybody. You got to realize that all the time, man. And he chose you to come into this truth. He chose you to have this beautiful wisdom and knowledge while the rest of the world is completely blinded and succumb to their lust and passions, man, to where it overtook them. Lost souls. But we're being brought out of that darkness into the marvelous light, into salvation, into immortality. With that being said, man, there's always going to be trials along the way. So long that we're in this fleshly temporal body that breaks away, we're going to have trials, man. And that's why we desperately need to seek the Lord every day, man, because the only way we're going to be able to get out of here is through Yahweh Shai and through his sacrifice, his beloved sacrifice that he made for our people, the nation of Israel. We have the author and finisher of our faith on our side, but we got to continue to seek him diligently, because that's our golden ticket out of here, man. Out of here, and to be delivered safely, man, while the rest of these people get destroyed by nuclear missiles and all sorts of judgments, man. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 12 and 9. But his answer was, my grace is all you need, for my power is greatest when you are weak. I am most happy then to be proud of my weaknesses in order to feel the protection of Hamashiach's power over me. Right? So if we were walking around given every single thing that this world craves and lusts over, we wouldn't know what it is to really seek the Lord with our full heart, man. And you get closer to the Lord when you get pushed back, man, when you realize that the Lord is the number one thing that you need. You know, you constantly fall and you have the Lord there to pick you back up while nobody else is there. The only people that are really going to be there for you, man, is the Lord and the men and few sincere sisters that are out there, man, that are serving the Lord in truth and in sincerity. All right? But most of all, man, we have a great power amongst us, our people, that's always going to lead us towards the light, man, if so long that we're seeking him sincerely. Okay, so you got to be, happy that the Lord's dealing with you and chastising you during these times, man. We all have different things that we go through, man. The flesh is getting the best of us with the elements. A lot of us have sicknesses. A lot of us are in a lot of pain. We got done extremely egregiously by people. Well, you got to bear those burdens, man. You can't let these mortal thoughts weigh you down. Because you have the Lord to always cast your anxieties upon. And the Lord will help you, man, because if he chose you as his elect, he's going to help you. No matter what, man, you're going to be victorious. So you got to just hope and pray that you are of that number. And we do that by bearing these burdens that we have to have, man, by, preparing our soul for temptation and torment. Each and every brother and sister out there has their own unique, tailor-made burdens according to their lot. But we got to trust in the Lord, man, with all these problems that we have, because we're almost out of here. Like, we're right at the door. So we got to continue to keep our eyes single and let that whole body be full of light, Continue to seek the Lord every day and examine yourselves daily. You can't examine yourselves on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis. It has to be on a daily basis each and every day, man, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. against spiritual wickedness in high places. So this is just a fight, man. I mean, this is a fight, man, between good and evil. But we have the Lord there to help us every step of the way. Jeremiah 17:7-8. Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord, and whose hope the Lord is. For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when he cometh, but her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. So if you're always trusting in the Lord, man, if you're seeking him each and every day, man, you're seeking the Lord's face, you're bugging the Lord, he's going to allow you to be, constantly fed and nourished, man, by this living water. And you're going to stay in the spirit and not fulfill the lust of your flesh, because the flesh leads to death, man, but the spirit leads to life. So this is really what gives you life, man. This is what keeps you green and vibrant and nourishing. This is what gives you that glow, man, amongst all the battles, man, and the wear and tear that we go through, man. This is what gives us a light. These scriptures, this truth, this comfort, right? So even when that drought comes, you're never going to stop yielding fruit, man, because you've been prepared. You've anchored your roots deep. And that's ultimately, man, your roots get stronger as you go through these certain battles and different things, man, because, this is how it is in this walk. It's a balance. We got to go through certain things, but that refines us and that builds our roots deeper and deeper to be prepared for that ultimate hour of temptation, which is coming real soon. So I'm speaking for myself here. You got to get your mind prepared each and every day. You got to sober up and realize that this world is coming to an end. Amidst all the distractions and things that take place, those things are going to choke you out. Those things war against your soul. You got to realize that. And I'm speaking for myself here as I'm doing this lesson, right? This is 2 Corinthians 4-8 and 9. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. Exactly. Because we got the Lord on our side. And the scriptures say, whosoever trusts in the Lord was confounded. Right? If Yahweh be for us, who can be against us? The Lord's on our side. If he's dealing with us, no matter the persecution, no matter the people trying to come up against us, no matter the trouble, the distress, the despair, the torment, the Lord's on our side. We're not going to be destroyed. We're going to be transitioned into these new spiritual bodies. And each and every day you gotta meditate, man, that we're just in a shell. We're just in a shell, you know. And there's more to this, man. This is not it. There's more to this than you could ever imagine. So with understanding when these things happen to you, we're seeking a kingdom to come, and we're setting our affection on the things above, not on the things below. And these scriptures, they've said everything that is going to happen. Everything that we're going through, man, the scriptures are there to help us and tell us that this was going to happen. So, the scripture said this, man, preparing thy soul for temptation, having to go through, fire. But it yields a very, very bountiful reward. Psalms 113:7-8. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifted up the needy out of the dunghill, that he may set him with princes, even with the princes of his people. Exactly, we're going to be, of high status, in the kingdom. Lord willing, we make it there, man, on this first go around, because right now we're being brought down to a low, no matter what you do here, you're always going to have Esau, Edom ruling over you, man, pulling the strings in this wicked earth that's sincerely polluted and destroyed on all facets and forms, man. It's desperately waiting to be destroyed so it could be rebuilt, right? And we're hoping, man, to go into that kingdom where we're going to have mansions upon mansions, all right? We're going to have all the riches you could ever imagine. You got to really set your affection on those things, man. And understand that the Lord will exalt those that are humble, and he will humble those that exalt themselves, man. So best believe that these elites, man, these devilish people that have controlled the earth and that have caused so much terror and destruction are going to be put where they belong, man, in captivity. And the righteous rulers are going to overcome, man. It's going to be a perfect kingdom. And we're almost there. We're almost there. We're like those roses that are being pushed out of the concrete. This is Isaiah 53:2. For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant and root out of a dry ground. He hath no form or comeliness. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty but that we should desire him. I'm going to bring that out in the GNT. It was the will of the Lord that his servant grow like a plant taking root in dry ground. He had no dignity or beauty to make us take notice of him. There was nothing attractive about him, nothing that would draw us to him. We despised him and rejected him. He endured suffering and pain. No one would even look at him. We ignored him as he were nothing. But he endured the suffering that should have been ours, and the pain that we have borne. All the while we thought that his suffering was punishment sent by Yahweh. But because of our sins he was wounded, beaten because of the evil we did. We are healed by the punishment he suffered, made the whole by blows that he received. All of us were like sheep that were lost, each of us going his own way. But the Lord made the punishment fall on him, the punishment all of us deserved. And that's Yahweh Shai. That's the sacrifice that he endured for us. So we got to understand that the suffering that we endure, how much more so the king of our nation had to go through. So we got to look at him as an example. You know, he went through lots of suffering, but he was able to give us everlasting life. And that's a beautiful thing. We got to be eternally grateful for that. Man, amidst everything we go to, man, we got the author and finisher of our faith on our side with us every step of the way. Okay, so you got to keep that hope in the author and finisher of our faith, Yahweh Shai, and continue to believe in that name truly and sincerely, because that's our salvation. That's what that name means. He is our salvation. He is a deliverer out of this wicked world. All right, so continue to keep the faith in Yahweh Shai. All right, continue to fight and continue to go through these distresses and torments, because it's preparing you, man, for the kingdom to come. The scriptures say in the book of Romans, and I'm going to close off with this: the present sufferings do not compare to the eternal glory which shall be revealed in us. So the sufferings that we go through right now, it ain't going to compare to what's going to be given to us. All the beautiful things that are going to be given to us as a reward for enduring. All right, so continue to endure to the end, because the same shall be saved. And with that being said, Lord willing, this was comforting and uplifting to those watching. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. And double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and salutation to the Lord's elect. Shalom.